The last guest that we have for you today is Truffle, and he's one of our handsome black cats. He's about 2 years old, and like many of our animals, he came to us previously owned, but unfortunately he didn't have a name, so we gave him the name Truffle because we're in our vegetable phase right now, so like all those types of things. We also have a radish and an eggplant, a leek, sweet potatoes. We have all of those things hanging out right now, and he's in a cage that makes it maybe easy to miss him, if you will, because he's on a bottom cage and he's a dark color, so it's easy to walk by him and miss him down there. But I always encourage everybody who's coming to look at our cats to look in all of the cages, because we place them in what cages we have available. So you might be missing the cat that's perfect for you just because you're not looking down. He is a lap cat, but he is an active guy. He doesn't want to just sit in one place on your lap. He wants to sit and check that one out, and then he wants to rotate so you can pet him better over here and then get back up and walk around. He's very playful. He's very curious. He has a lot of great qualities. He is 2 years old, so he's still has all of that kind of playfulness, but he's out of that kitten stage. Some people really love the kitten stage. I'm not really a huge fan of it. I like a little bit more relaxed cat. You know a little bit more about their personality and what you're getting when you get an older cat, so that's also a great thing. And he's just really an entertaining, fun guy, and we're hoping that we can get him into a home as soon as possible.
So he has a sign on his cage that says he's sick. What does that mean, and what's it about?
So you might be able to hear him doing a little bit of wheezing. One of the most common illnesses in the shelter is just a feline upper respiratory infection, and a lot of the cats get it, and it's not necessarily anything that we're doing wrong. It's common in all shelters because you have a large number of cats in one space. So they're in a stressful environment. There's so many smells and noises and unfamiliar people. It's not their home. Their immune systems are a little bit suppressed. And then you have the germ factor of all the visitors and the volunteers coming in. We try to make sure people are cleaning their hands, but people go from cage to cage. They're kind of spreading germs a little bit. So it's not uncommon, for them to get that illness. So we treat it with a cycle typically of 14 days of an antibiotic, and that's the treatment that Truffle is currently on. He's a little sniffly, but he's not super sick, so that's why we were able to keep him out on the adoption floor as opposed to putting him in our sick room where some of the sicker cats go. We always talk to our adopters about the upper respiratory infection so that they know what the symptoms are. They're just sneezing, runny nose, nasal congestion, weepy, watery eye, some of the things that you can probably see just by looking at him right now. But then, like most of the cats, it resolves and they're fine, just like if you or I were to get a cold. But we always want to make sure that even if they've already had it or they haven't had it yet, that all of the adopters know what to look for because of associated incubation periods and things like that. If you're interested in making Truffle part of your home, we'll probably wait to get him neutered until his upper respiratory infection has resolved so we can make sure that that's nice and safe and healthy for him. But then he would be able to go to his forever home. But of course you have to meet him first, and the way to do that is by going to visit fcac.as.me.